So once upon a time, in a beautiful small village in a beautiful valley, there's these two friends, Hulk and Ant. So Hulk, he was about 300 pounds of pure muscle. He was about 6'9", like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but 2 times as big. And there was Ant. He was about 5'4", he was only 130 pounds, and compared to Hulk, he was a very tiny guy. They used to always talk together about if they were rich and had a bunch of money, what would they spend it on? Hulk would say, yeah, so I would spend it on a 3-story house. I would get like a giant cow, because I like cows, it's my favorite animal. I'll have like a Lamborghini and a wife. And Ant would say, yeah, man, so I would have the same thing. Except for the cow, I would have a horsey. And one day, they found an opportunity to gain some money. They had to get water from the spring above and bring it down to the village. They used to do this every day for a few months, bringing water with 2 buckets. One day, Hulk got a great idea in his brain. And he said that, man, so I'm not getting a lot of money, so if I get 2 times as big buckets, that means I'll get more money. So, oh yeah, I'm a really big brain compared to Ant. I'm always going to be poor, broke. Yeah. And that's exactly what he did. For a few months, he'd been doing that. He'd been going twice as much than he used to do, and he was carrying a heavier load. And he wanted to become a bait. And he was very tired of what was going on. His back was sore, his arms were hurting. And this is what he said. Yeah, so how about I build a pipeline? Because I like pipes. So this is what happened. This is going to go from the spring all the way down to the village. So he planned this for months during his free time. During his work hours, he would be doing the same thing over and over again, bringing buckets of water up the mountain and coming back down for his primary income. Hulk, he wasn't doing the same thing over and over again, and he actually made some money. Hulk had a 3-story house, as he dreamed. He had a fat cow and a wife. He also had 1 car, which was sadly not Lamborghini, it was a Toyota. And he would always go partying late at night till like 1 o'clock a.m. In his mind, he was having a good time. Wasn't the best he would, but still it was a great time for him. And he already started making his pipeline. People will see him on the streets, like, make a pipeline, it'll take forever, you're only one man. But Ant was in his brain, he wanted to yell at them, but he kept calm. He said in his brain, yeah, these guys are losers. How about I'll do my own? And that's what he did. After a span of 2 years, Ant finally completed his pipeline. So the water came down from the spring above all the way down to the village. He didn't care if the tank over the water is going to overflow, because clearly they use a lot of water. And as long as that water kept flowing, money came in for him. Ant soon became rich. He gained money when he was pooping, sleeping, eating, and doing whatever, partying, and even more eating and sleeping. So he would go partying he finally got his beautiful wife, his horsey, which he would ride, even though he has a car called Lamborghini. And he also had a 5-story house instead of a 3-story house like Hulk did. On the other hand, Hulk wasn't doing too good. He was, he was doing bad luck. So this is what happened to him. He went up the mountain and stuff. His arm was getting sore, his face was getting worn out, and he couldn't carry as much water, which meant less income. And since it had been 2 years since he passed, he definitely got older. And he hadn't been working out, so his 300 pounds of pure muscle got kind of wore down. And one day, he was walking along, and then one of his muscles in the arm ripped, which hurt a lot. So he was ended in the hospital for a few days. His wife didn't want to take care of him because she knew it was going to be expensive, and she wasn't going to waste her time on him. So she said, so he is injured. I have no money because he can't work, and I can't buy my Gucci stuff. So I want to leave him. exactly what she did. She left him. So, since Hulk wasn't working, he had no more money and he soon became in debt. And he became broke, sadly. Well, and he would go to the beach with his beautiful wife and children. He would get some fresh, cold fruit drinks served by a guy named Pepito. And yeah, so the moral of the story is, you can work hard, but even working hard and smart is even better. Like Hope, he reached his big brain capacity and thinking that he can bring 2 buckets of water, which is even bigger, and work more. So he's basically exchanging his time for money. And if he can't work and he can't have time, he won't make money and he'll go broke. Well, and he was working hard and smart in the beginning, but then soon that paid off in the end. So I hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time in the next speech. Thank you.